right in the open here. So automated security system. This doesn't have to be like a turret or something. It could just be like a panel that we have to get past maybe, or or laser beams. Nobody likes laser beams.
Yeah, you have to like somersault and cartwheel through them. Sorry, sis.
Super cool. Super cool. Okay, so are we going with laser beams? This is like a trip, like this is a tripwire type thing? Because you jerk. Look, I'm just gonna be on the boat, okay? I'm just gonna stay here. I'll just guide you in on the radio. It'll be fine. You got
um,
this.
I think they'd go with like you have to have special security clearance
Hmm.
to go into this area because we're going into kind of the staff service area.
Hmm.
I don't want, the guests wandering down
Hmm.
and around.
Hmm. Okay. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Yeah. So we make our way through the the airlock, and then we're met with this door where you just have to have access to even get into the service area at all. Okay. Well, I think we have some options here, Persephone. We can. There's some maintenance hatches that we can take because this is all maintenance access area for just in case. Unless you happen to have you know, a, a card that you just happened to get from Asha before we left, if that's a thing,
Hmm.
which you could totally check your gear for if you wanted to. That movie has.
You know what? Let me look and see.
Yeah.
I
Oh, you mean this one here? That
I might have something that works.
mhm.
So let me.
Check your gear. Yeah. You can either roll supply. See, this is handy because your wits is higher than your supply.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
So I roll my wits.
Do it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna start getting in a dangerous area here. So, on a weak hit, you have it, but your resources are diminished. You get to take +1 momentum again, but we suffer -1 supply.
We're good.
We're
You know what?
down
We're
to 1 supply. We're doing, we're doing fine. We're
so
doing,
next time.
we're doing fine.
Girl.
It's not a problem. We're fine. Hmm.
You know what? I
Hmm.
propose the first thing we do is look for supply.
That might be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, so what's the thing you have? Is it an actual card or is it like some kind of like a cracking thing or a what? What do you have on you that will help us get past this?
I kind of tape. That's what I use. I use tape, and I pick up a
Thumbprint.
uh, a fingerprint
Mm-hmm.
from the door, and I use it on the scanner, and it works.
Mm-hmm. I dig it. I dig it.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, and then as you push the button, it opens up into the next passageway, and this is something that we missed doing in the first time when we were doing the manatee thing. Roll
Yeah.
a D100 because this is going to tell us the feature. So if you look on the theme and domain card,
Yeah.
there's
No, I see that.
yeah. So in this case, 50, it's a cargo hold. Hey, perfect, perfect for looking for supplies. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, awesome.
Hmm. So this is the cargo hold. Yeah, and this is great because the cargo hold for this part of a ship would be like it would be supplies. It could be it could be widgets. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be anything. So hey, maybe you look for supplies, and maybe I do a little bit of gathering information down here to see if I can locate where bags of widgets would be or crates of it or whatever.
But isn't that wits gathering information?
Yeah, it probably is.
Don't you think maybe I should be the one to do that?
No, I mean there's the snake guys that are here, those dudes. So like we got to move this thing along. So you look for the important stuff, and I'm sure I can find a box bag of widgets. Don't worry about it. It'll be no problem at all. No problem at all.
I will resupply
Cool. Why don't you resupply and I'll do some gathering. What's the worst that could happen?
a week hit.
That's not bad. And then on, let's see, repair, resupply. You know what's interesting is that so resupply on the new Starforge moves, you can actually resupply using a number of different skills depending on how you're doing it. So
Mm.
if you resupply by making an appeal to somebody, convincing somebody to try to give you some supplies, you roll heart. If you threaten or intimidate somebody, you get a roll iron. If you try to steal or swindle, you get a roll shadow. If you try to scavenge like we're doing, you roll wits. And if you leverage your notoriety or your resources, you get to roll your plus rep, which is handy. So do you want to use? I say let's use this one instead of the stock one.
Which one?
This resupply one. So it's basically the same move. It gives you a little more options to do stuff.
That's
So
the one that I rolled.
it is, yeah. So
Oh,
oh, I'm sorry. What I mean is, for Starforge moves,
yeah.
it's a little bit different. It opens up the resupply move a little bit more. You still roll exactly like you did, but it lets you use other stats depending on the fiction, which is cool.
Yeah. So like in a different situation, I
Hmm.
could have changed it from wits to heart.
Exactly. Or like I can steal shit from people, which is great because I can do that. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Because you're
but
all.
because I'm all sneaky, sneaky. So you got a weak hit, which the supplies are available, but a complication or demand stands in your way. Envision what you ask, and we can ask the Oracle if we're unsure. And if we overcome the obstacle, you can clear the unprepared debility and take +2 supplies. So basically, we have a complication that's in our way.
Maybe the crate is locked as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm okay with that. And as you say you're finding things, I'll say be there in a minute, and I bang on something as I'm rolling by, because I bring my it's not a crowbar. It's a Halligan bar. It's like the ones that the firefighters use. It's like the really big giant one. It's like the industrial version of what EVA technicians use in space. I'm making that up now. And I'll be over there to pop it open in a minute. It probably won't damage too much stuff, so don't worry about it.
As long as we can get the supplies out, I'm good.
Yep. Yep. And if we do it, we get 2 supply, which is good. But I am gonna do my gather information. So gathering information, I get to roll my wits. I'm so good at this. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm looking around for widgets. I'm trying to gather some information on where if widgets or general mechanical supply stuff would be down here. Look at that. Easy. See, anybody can. I'm a wits person. No problem. Weak hit. What do I get on a weak hit anyway? So, gather information on a weak hit. The information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover and take +1 momentum. Awesome. So, I'm going to take +1 momentum. Up to a 5. And I have an idea of what the complication is.
Yeah.
I think I'm also going through like crates and there's like the stacked racks that are all around, and I'm looking around and I see something up above, and I think that it's like right next to some of the other boxes of mechanical supplies, and so I'm like hooking it with my bar as best I can and like
Mhm.
pulling it down, and as it breaks on the ground, as the crate breaks on the ground and it spills out some assorted things, it's clear that there probably were widgets here at some point. So there's definitely widgets about. The problem though is that there's like we're wearing our suits. At least I'm wearing my suit and it's fully enclosed and everything. But my suit lets me still take in and breathe some of the outside environment, so I can get a sense of what's there. It helps me learn some things. And there's this like musty smell that's here. It's like, ugh, that smells gross, like damp and yuck. And I
Yeah.
noticed that there's like dots and like these brown spores that's on the cheap wooden box that's holding this stuff in here.
So it's definitely not like the old book smell.
No, no, it's like that. It's like the space mushroom spore stuff, the really
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
stuff. Since one Persephone rolled a 71 on our theme and we got infested, then Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, so I call back over to you, Persephone. Just I'm sure your filter controls on your suit's already on, but just make sure. Can you make sure they're working for me? Just double check them real quick, because we have mushroom spores in here, so just watch out. This is a this is a really easy first job, Persephone. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I'm currently rolling my slowing ass over to where you are. Give me. Oh, it's really, man, it's really. There's a lot more gravity here than I was expecting on Jupiter.
Well, maybe I could, while you open this crate
Hmm.
full of supplies, I could look around for those widget things.
I like it. I like it. Okay. So I think we should at least mark some progress because we've gathered some information. We found out that there's, and this is troublesome. So let's go ahead and mark some progress on acquiring a bag of widgets because we know there's widgets about.
Sure.
So we get to mark 3 hash marks on
Mm,
acquiring a bag of widgets. Hmm. We still have no idea where the stupid veil is, but hey, we're getting us some widgets. And I'm
You
gonna
know,
roll over there and try to pop this thing open. Do you have a what now?
we got to the ship.
We got to the ship.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Persephone's gonna look around for these widget things.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'm gonna try to pop this thing open. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, you're
So,
gathering some information. Nice.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Cool. What do you learn that's different and new and exciting about these widgets, but also complicates our life?
Yeah. Mm,
And if you're not sure, we can ask the Oracle too.
yeah. Uh, I have an idea,
Hmm.
but you can let me know if it works or not.
Hmm.
I'm thinking that Persephone would like look at the manifest for what's in the hold, and maybe she finds out that the widgets used to be here, but they were moved 2 levels up.
Uh, okay. So they got moved. So we're gonna have to go up some to find these widgets. Man, oh man. Okay. Cool. Well, you also got to take some momentum. So you get +1 momentum. And at
Sweet.
least we know where that. So we've learned that they exist, and they were moved up to do a job 2 levels up. So we're gonna have to start moving up at some point.
Yeah.
Um, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a where is it? I'm gonna try to secure an advantage. So I'm attempting to gain leverage over something. The leverage being this box,
Yeah.
and my lever, one could say, is this Halligan bar. Huh? Uh-huh. Uh,
Uh, uh,
you get it?
or lever.
Lever. Okay. So I'm gonna use iron because I am using this with forceful action and strength.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Boom. With a strong hit.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Okay. So on a strong hit, I gain advantage. I could take control and make another move now, but we're not in combat, so I don't have to worry about that. Or I get to take +2 momentum. So I'm feeling really good about how well we're doing. You know what? We super found these supplies we're looking for.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm up to a 7 momentum now.
And we go up 2 supply.
We go up 2 supply.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit better about our
Yeah.
supply.
+3 is fine. We're good here.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
We got, further in.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think we need to keep moving, and I think we have to watch out now too because we know that we have these mushroom spores about, and it's possible they're dormant, but with our luck, that won't be the case at all. So we're gonna have to just watch out for that. Um, but we need to start finding a way up at the very least to find the widgets, and then not to mention the veil and the information that we're looking for is probably going to be up anyway in the higher decks.
Yeah,
So yeah.
probably.
Okay. It's a big ship. Higher decks still mean we're still down in the crappy lower deck area, but
Hmm.
do what we can. Okay. So I think we're going to continue to delve the depths. Um, if you're cool, I would like to advance with some stealth a little bit, and that's something I'm pretty good at. I'd like to make this next roll if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. So Hela's gonna try to be sneaky with her shadow, and let's do it. Boom.
Wheelchair.
Strong hit. Okay. Well, it's not just about being quiet and hiding in the shadows all the time. Sometimes you have to know when to go and when to stop, and when to watch, when to act. These are just things that the wiser younger sister just naturally just comes to her. Being myself at all. Okay, so let's see here. When we get a strong hit, we delve deeper. Ooh, we mark progress and we find an opportunity. I like that.
Ooh.
Okay, so first we're gonna mark progress. So let me go ahead and do that. And then there's a roll for opportunity. But could you give us a D100 so we see what this next area is? A 77. What do we get? A secure vault. Ooh, and it's an opportunity? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's find out what this opportunity is. Okay. When you encounter a helpful situation or a feature within a site, roll on the following table. Uh, if you are making this move as a result of a strong hit, which we are, you may pick or envision an opportunity instead of rolling. Ah, okay. And then we get to choose one. We can either take one momentum, or we can act now and get a +1 to that roll. And if we get a hit, we got to take +1 momentum. Okay. So, do we have something in mind of what we find at this location, this
Oh,
secure vault? And it's an opportunity, or we can roll because they have a table.
yeah. I'm thinking it has something to do with the veil,
Mm-hmm.
but beyond that, I'm
Okay.
drawing a blank.
Let's see here. Okay. Well, there's one here that's one of the options is a clue offers insight or direction. So maybe here's what I'm thinking, that this could be a you know how sometimes at the fancy events and galas they'll do auctions.
Um,
So I think this is like a holding room for where they had those things that they would have auctioned off.
yeah.
And they have all the pedestals. It has all the they have the little tags and they have little number tags on them, and it says like here's the information of where it was at. This is how much it was that we're selling it for. Here's the starting bid. Here's the this, that, and the other. I think we find a room that has like these the pedestals where they're storing these things, like the secure pedestals, and they're all empty because they've
Huh.
all been taken somewhere, but there's information here. So maybe there's like a number of a place that we can go to, and that was the last place they took it, for example.
Yeah. So like wherever it was that they held the auction.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep, yep. Cool.
So we have
Okay.
an auction room.
Yeah, and there's like a ballroom, and it tells us like the number of the place and the whatever, and then maybe there's even a name of the person that that was selling it.
Cool.
Hmm.
Um, should we roll a name?
Absolutely.
That might be important later.
Yeah, let's do it.
Who originally owned this thing? What kind of a name should we roll? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna roll an elf name because I think that would add some nice complications.
Hmm.
I mean, it is an artifact, so it had to have belonged to.
Yeah. Kinzura. Is this going to be one of the space lizards, the space
Oh,
dinosaur lizards?
yeah.
Or maybe we don't know that yet, but it actually is.
We do not know that. We just have a
Exactly.
name.
The characters don't know that.
Kind of a
Okay.
weird name, though. I don't know that I've met any Kinzura.
Kinzura. Oh, well, that's perfect for a space lizard. Uh-huh. Kinzura. Hmm. Okay, so this is the space. Are we calling them the space lizards? Are we calling them space lizards? Or should we call them like the firstborn?
Firstborn,
Okay.
yeah.
Firstborn that originally had the veil. was looking to sell it on the, what's the name of the ship again?
Vuksha.
Vuksha. Sell it.
So here's just an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
How old is this derelict ship? Like, how long is it sitting here in Jupiter's gravity just wasting away?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to, how would you roll a D100 for us? And let's find out how many years it's been sitting here.
Awesome. 8.
Okay, so it's gonna be like bones and stuff. We're gonna find desiccated, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. But that's great because that tells us also that also tells us that the infested mushrooms have seriously had some opportunity to do some real damage here.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the ship. So let's see. This is the location. It's not just colonies. This is a derelict.
I would also say that maybe the spore's growth was hampered by the gas around Jupiter.
I'm sure we'll be that lucky. I'm sure we'll be that lucky.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't see why not.
Absolutely.
This is just such an easy job for a first job.
Everything is coming up Millhouse. We're just so good. Lost leadership. Off the records for 98 years. Infested with mushroom spores.
Mushroom spores. Oh, so do we also mark progress on finding the veil?
Absolutely.
Since we got a bit of information.
Absolutely.
That's another.
Yeah.
Mark.
I think that's totally an opportunity thing that we'd pick up that makes sense. Yeah. Where the location of the veil?
What about for the widgets? Like we did find out they weren't there; they were moved somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we have a location, but I think we need to do a little bit more before we can
mark any more progress on that.
Yeah, before we mark that one. But you know what I think is here in this location is that there's also like a service tunnel, like a service elevator, and the elevator is long done. Like maybe the elevator really doesn't work all that much anymore. Or
probably not 98 years and dead.
Yeah. We'll tell you what. Let's find out. Let's consult the oracles here. I think there's the likely. Where is it? Ask the oracle. No, that doesn't help me. Okay. Let's come up to, is it likely? It's totally not likely. Here we are. Okay, so it's I would say it's likely that the elevator does not work anymore. So give us a D100, and if it's a 26 or greater, then it is not working. So so super not working. Okay, cool. So we have the ability to get up here, or we have a passageway that'll take us up. But how we get up there is the challenge.
Well, I mean, it's a challenge for you.
It is a challenge for me. Do you want to scale this thing and like put some kind of a, maybe put a rope up there, or jimmy some kind of a thing?
Yeah.
And then you can cart me up here.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point, like I'm well versed in setting up ropes and 3-to-1 pulleys so that I don't have to use a lot of my muscle to get you up and among things.
Yeah, absolutely. But it certainly feels like getting up this thing is probably facing some danger. It feels like you have to face some danger here.
Some danger.
Absolutely. It feels right.
Because danger's my middle name.
That's right.
Yeah.
Persephone Danger. Persephone Danger Wolfe. Okay. Face danger. How are you facing this danger, by the way? What stat did you use for this? With your expertise? Oh, with your edge. Oh, with your speed, agility, and precision that you rolled a hard miss on.
So I think I was, just trying to freehand scale up this place, and I was feeling a bit of bravado because I'm the older sister.
Absolutely, you got to show me up. Oh, I have to climb up there, and I have to like, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and put in my 3-to-1, dolly widget, and pull you up, and it'll be
You
fine.
can't go anywhere without me.
Why don't you just go ahead and hang out? I'll be here. I'll be real quick. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
and then I slip and fall.
Mhm. Well, let's find out what you do. So on moves, go ahead and roll pay the price, and let's find out what kind of a price you're gonna pay here. I think falling is the obvious one, but
Where is pay
it's
the
at the
price?
very bottom of the
Oh, there we go.
oracles.
Fate. It's harmful.
So yeah, so I'm definitely envisioning you like free scaling. You're like, I'll be right back, and then all of a sudden like boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
Yeah. That feels like a solid 2 harm, I would say. That something
Ooh.
tells. Yeah, that feels like a 2. That feels like.
So my health is down to 3.
Mhm. Mhm. That sounds
Man,
good.
that
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 sounds good.
hurt.
That sounds good. Do you want to? Why don't you go ahead and make a? Where's the move? The endure harm move.
Endure.
Let's see how you're doing here.
Weak.
A weak hit on endure harm. That is. You press on, so you just take the hit. Yeah, and you can always roll your health or your iron, and you probably rolled your health.
Well, I mean, my iron's a 2, so it's still lower
Yeah,
than my health.
yeah, and you rolled a
For
1, so that's right
now.
there. That's right. Okay, well, so I'm just looking at you as you're laying on your back with a wing knocked out of you. Like, hey, so Persephone, you almost up there? You looking? You're doing great. You're doing great. You got this.
Yep.
Like, yep, I'm good. I'm good. Just give me a second.
Let
Yeah,
me
just give me a second.
hold it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
I think normally it would have only been 1 harm, but we're in Jupiter, so that hurt a little more than it otherwise would have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to try to see if we can figure out a way to get this elevator working again, maybe?
I mean,
With your
turn is
expertise, maybe with your expertise, you can figure out a way. You can try to secure an advantage, and get this thing up and working again. You might have to like pull something from your bag again to see if you
Yeah.
have like some kind of like an access tool or something to make this thing work.
So what do I roll first?
Well, so here's the first question. Do you have something that you would readily just obviously keep on you that would help to jury rig a broken down elevator, or do you think you'd have to refer to the check your gear move? It's when you check your gear to see if you have a specific helpful item.
Mm,
And you're also an improviser. This also goes back to your improviser role.
yeah. Well, it depends on what's wrong with the elevator.
I don't think we know what's wrong with the elevator.
Yeah.
You could gather
You
some information.
mm, all right. Let's do that.
Do it. And I will stand here and watch you. I'll roll back. I'm gonna roll back 2. Like you got this. Oh, look at that. On that gather information. So good. What do we got here? Okay. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take is clear. Envision what you learn and take +2 momentum.
Whew, +2
Plus
momentum.
2. Rocking it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is clear to you what is wrong with this elevator. What is wrong with this elevator, Persephone?
There's some sort of an electrical issue, but I
Okay.
know that if I just bypass this part, that I can get the electricity back to at least the main motors so that we
Sweet.
can still go up and down. It just might not have brakes.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. That sounds like securing an advantage. Like let's try to secure an advantage. And it sounds
Okay.
like you're doing it with expertise, insight, and observation. That's definitely your wits.
Okay.
Do it.
So I change it to wits.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. So this is the first time I've hit the drop down. What is God's stat, devotant, and essence invoke?
Those are abilities. So those are like you could choose assets, and
Mm,
sometimes things will give you bonuses if
interesting.
you have them, which you don't.
Strong.
Look at that. Well, you're gonna like this. So on a strong hit, you gain the advantage. You do the thing. So you can either make another move now and add +1 to the move that we're gonna make. Although I don't think we have to really make a move right now. I think we're just gonna move forward. Or you can take +2 momentum because you're rolling it,
I'm totally rolling it.
super
You
rolling
know
it.
what? That fall didn't keep me down for long.
No, no, we're going up on the
You
elevator.
know what? I'm at 10.
Holy shit, Jesus. Okay, well, we're ready to go. Cool. Okay, so I think we're ready to move on to the next place. So we're gonna do some delving.
Ooh.
So I feel like
So
you're rolling on this one, on this next one.
are we going to try to go up 2 levels? Because that's where the widgets are?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Let's absolutely do it. Okay. So this sounds like you're gonna roll on with observation, intuition, or expertise. So why don't you go ahead and roll your plus wits?
What?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Higher and a 3. Wow. So this is like a super opportunity. This is big stuff. I feel like we're probably gonna just find ourselves right where the friggin' widget is or something big. Okay. So let's see here. On the delve, on a strong hit, we delve deeper, mark progress, and we find another opportunity.
Ooh.
This is going so well. So let me go ahead and mark progress. We're up to I think 3 now on the Vushka. Find the veil. We're up to 3 progress. Cool. Oh, you know what we've been forgetting? Actually, I think that was your very first miss. So since you rolled a miss on your face danger, make sure you mark a single hash mark, not the full pound, but just a single line on your learn from your mistakes.
Learn from your failures.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the minus mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the minus is 1, the plus is 2, the star is 3, and then the big hash is the full 4.
Okay.
Okay.
We have been rolling uncharacteristically well.
I know. I'm waiting for this to all go bad. This is so good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's find out where we are. So first, let's roll a D100 to find out the feature of what we're going into here. But it's going to be an opportunity. Okay.
External access airlock?
Okay. So this would be like another. This would be like an airlock into something.
Yeah.
Hmm. If we think that doesn't make sense, we can roll it again. I
I
feel like
mean,
in
I
this
think we could
case,
force it to make sense,
no.
but
Let's reroll it. Reroll it. Oh,
cramped
cramped.
hallway.
Okay, cool. So we come into a cramped hallway, but this is going to be a pretty big opportunity. So let's come over to our delve moves. Is there something obvious you have in mind here, or should we roll on find an opportunity?
I think we should roll.
Okay,
We've been coming up with stuff, but I want to see what the Oracle has in store for us.
let's do it. So go ahead and drop a D100 in here.
All right.
Let's see what our and this is going to be like a super opportunity. Okay, a 78. This says you get the drop on a denizen. So there is a creature here.
Is there a creature or is there one of the Snake Brothers?
That's a well. You know what? What do we think is more likely? Do we think it is more likely that it's going to be our mushroom buddies, or do we think that we've crossed that far across?
Nah,
Um,
I don't think we've crossed that far.
Yeah. So in that case, let's roll on the infested features to see what kind of a thing we're looking at here.
Okay.
So let's do a D20. So we're going to be rolling on the infested theme on the left to find out what kind of denizens we're talking about. So this is an inhabited nest. But, but,
Oh,
but we have an opportunity. There's an opportunity here.
yeah.
I almost feel like we have stumbled across like this was the place that the widgets were going to be going to. There's probably something that needed to be fixed here, that the mushrooms have like glommed onto.
Mm.
Didn't we say that the mushrooms were attracted to heat?
We did. Yeah. So this
It's
must be like near the engine.
hmm or is this like a busted HVAC unit in the cramped hallway?
Maybe it's like a steam pipe that just
hmm
kind of blew and then
hmm
they just have collected.
I like that. Yep, I dig that. Okay, cool. So we have the busted HVAC. We have the steam pipes that are open and the vents that are all busted up, and there's like mushroom crap everywhere. So when we say inhabited nest, this is the first time we're running into a mushroom nest. What are you envisioning anything, or should we roll on the oracles to see if there's anything that comes up in mind?
Mm. Well, so and this is just the spores and the mushrooms, right? They haven't progressed to anything else.
I mean, we don't. It is saying denizen. Denizen means like there's a thing. There's
There's
a
a,
there's a thing.
let's roll.
Okay, cool. Let me bring up the let me bring up the sheets. So if I go to Delve and bring up the rule book, I'm gonna go over to. There's actually a whole section for spreadsheets for creatures. So let's go there into the depths, themes, threats, denizens. Here we go. This sounds exciting. Using the denizens matrix. Oh, so this gives like example type creatures you could run into. That's not entirely helpful for us. Maybe there's like a. I wonder if there's a new oracle in here. Let's take a look. Are there new oracles? We're learning as we go. There's a whole section for object of powers, by the way. Objects of power. We should totally roll for that if we end up finding the veil to see if we even want to give it. Um,
Like,
monstrous.
does it actually do
Yeah.
she thought it would do?
Uh-huh. A threat. Names, site natures, monstrosity. Here you go, monstrosities. That sounds exciting.
Ooh.
Characteristics. So they have size, primary form. Oh, interesting. Uh, characteristics and abilities. Do we want to like maybe we finally run across like this is the first time that either of our characters are actually seeing one of these mushroom creatures up close? And I think we even said they're never always the same, but this is the one that's here.
It's dependent on the
hmm
material that was around. Did
hmm
the, DNA.
I dig it. I dig it. Okay. So this is probably smallish sized. So let's see here. Give let's do a 1 through 65. I'm looking at the chart here. Do a 1 through 65. So this is from tiny rodent sized all the way up to medium person sized.
So I'm rolling a what?
A D65.
A D65.
Yeah, it can go higher, but I don't think large giant size or huge whale size makes sense in a cramped corridor.
It's a space whale!
This is space. This is going to be small. So this one is going to be small, and it's hound sized.
Hound size?
It's hound like it's like a dog. It's like a small dog.
Yeah, like lapdog?
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it has to be a lap dog, although it would totally make sense for this to be like a mushroom poodle, a moodle.
No, 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 like the teacup size though.
Exactly. hmm
So it's like this big.
It's like this big. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the size of your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. Well, in which case, I think we know what it is. This is like a little teacup poodle. But
Only
it's
instead of fur, it has mushrooms.
yeah, it's like mushrooms and like stuff all over it. And remember, this is a nest, so there's not one of them. There's like a few, maybe not tons of them, but there's a few of them.
Maybe there's just the one that's actually up and moving.
Hmm. Let's do a characteristic this thing has, and then maybe we can do an ability if we want to, but let's just start with a
Advantage
characteristic.
on them, right?
The what's that?
We have an advantage.
Absolutely, we could step on this thing if we wanted to. Well, you could. Okay,
Like a
so
football.
let's do a D100 to find out what its characteristics is. A
71.
71. It's luminescent.
Ooh, it glows in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can always roll multiple if we want to, and then they also have abilities. Do we care? Let's also roll an ability. And I figure for the beefier ones or ones that are nastier, we could always roll multiple if we wanted to.
Okay.
But let's get another D100 for an ability.
84.
84. Oh my, electric shock.
Ooh, that goes really well with the luminescence.
It does. It does. Oh, they're not only feeding on the laptop. The widgets are like electrical widgets, and they've been feeding on the widgets as well. Oh,
Oh.
man. Okay. Well, so I think this is an opportunity because we know. I think we should definitely mark progress on the widgets because we know they're in this room somewhere.
Okay.
We should 100% mark progress.
Progress on widgets.
We should be up to a 6 now.
There you
We are up to a 6. Okay. I'm not ready to roll on it yet.
go. No.
Yeah. I want one more. I want to find a bag. Or a box or whatever. Okay. And we get the drop on these luminescent electrical staticky mushroom teacup dogs. Man, so weird. Okay.
Mushroom teacups.
So uh so I have an idea, and it's probably a terrible idea, but I think I can do it. So what I can do is, while my legs aren't strong enough, what I'm gonna do is I can beef up my armor to be the geared for war. Like the big old beefy. What's it called? It's called geared for war. So
Yeah.
I can beef this thing up to be really strong, and while it doesn't help me walk, I could use it to like scale the side of this place, and it's all like pipes and stuff, and so I could probably use it to move myself over, but in addition to it, I want to use the shadow walk. So I want to use my shadow walk to like sneakily move through this place, um, and see if I can find out. I'm gonna do some gather information and see if I can find out where this bag is to see if we can get what we need and just leave.
All right. I'm gonna get my spray bottle ready.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Bad, go away. Yeah, spray bottle and electric. Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be super good. I love it. Okay, cool. So I am currently geared for war, but this marks me as encumbered, so I count as encumbered. It counts as a debility, but the only thing it matters for is if it comes up in the fiction that it matters that I'm encumbered, it's a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it doesn't, then no big deal.
So like if something jumps up and grabs onto you.
Yeah, like if I try to do something fast, or if I want to like get through a tight space that I need to squeeze through, or if somebody's like, "Hey, pick up this really, big thing on top of it." Like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I am going to shadow walk. So when you cloak yourself in the gossamer veil of the shadow realms, which I'm totally doing, I'm going to roll plus shadow. So let's do that first. Before we even get to what the heck happens. And do I get any pluses for doing this? Let's take a look. I probably don't. Nope. Cool. Let's just do it. Shadow. Boom. A weak hit. Okay. That's probably not good.
It's okay. It's all good.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. On a strong hit, take plus momentum and reroll a die. On a weak hit, it's as above. So I take plus one momentum, and I can reroll any die one time when I make a move by ambushing, hiding, or sneaking, which I'm totally doing. But The shadows try to lead you astray. So I must face danger. I must first face danger to find your way. So let's do that right quick. So first I get a mark +1 momentum. I'm up to a +8. And I have to face danger to stay safe. So face danger. I'm doing this with deception, stealth, or trickery. So I'm trying to hide from these shadow creatures. Yeah. Let's do that. So I'm going to use shadow to be sneaky from the shadow creatures. Am I? Am I really though? Maybe I'm using heart here. Let me take a look. With charm, loyalty, or courage. Yeah, I think I'm using courage. I'm not using. I'm not using. I'm not trying to be sneaky against the shadow creatures. I'm gonna try to courageously just go past them. Maybe they're not like actively trying to stop me, but they're freaking me out, and that's gonna cause problems here. So I'm gonna use my heart to be courageous. I can burn my momentum and get a weak hit, which I'm totally gonna do. So burned down to a +2. And what do I get for a weak hit? On a weak hit, you succeed, but you face a troublesome cost. I suffer momentum loss, harm, stress, or resources. I think I'm just stressed out by this. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep it together, but that kind of freaked me out a bit. Cool.
Kind
And
of
then
stressful with
kind of
the
stressful.
luminescent lapdog
Mm-hmm.
mushrooms.
And the shadow creatures that are around me trying to lead me astray. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, I can't see that part,
I know.
so
I know. Okay. And I have to make a
whale in my brain.
I have to make a roll for spirit here. Okay, so I pushed through it. I'm okay. Okay, so all that said and done, now I can actually look for information. Now I can actually gather information.
Yay!
Uh-huh. Okay, but I'm gonna be able to re-roll it here. So, am I gathering information or am I trying to secure an advantage? Assess a situation. That's 100% securing an advantage.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to stealthily look through this place to see if I can find exactly where the widgets are located. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And I can re-roll this if I want to. So here we go. Now that I'm using the Gossamer Veil, which I'm gonna 100% do. Let's try that again. Okay. So we get a weak hit. That's not terrible. Uh,
Yeah,
on a, so on a weak hit, my advantage is short-lived, and I take +1 momentum. So I'll take the +1 momentum. And I think what's happening is I'm like climbing over the pipes and stuff, and I'm like staying to the shadows away from where the very few lights are that are coming from down on the side. I think the runner lights on the bottom, which are probably
and
weak anyway,
dogs. Dog.
and the luminescent dogs down below. And I think I see like right around where uh, some of their what do you call it like some of their pods are, like their nesting pods that they grow their dogs from.
Mushrooms.
They grow their mushroom dogs from. I can see buried in one of these things. There's the bag of widgets that's just parked on the side. Maybe it's like some batteries and things like that.
I mean, it would make sense that they would grow right next to the widgets because they have to feed off of them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think I see them and we've located them. So I think we can mark progress again on this one too because we have located
Yay!
the bag of widgets. Now we've located them. That doesn't mean we have them.
Yeah.
So Hela, as I'm holding on the top, and you can't see my creatures, my shadow creatures,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think you can really see me all that well anymore. Like I went in, and I'm using the Gossamer shadows,
Mm-hmm.
the Gossamer veil, and so you like you probably see like a hand come out from the shadows, and I like Hela points down towards where it's at. So you see like this disembodied hand kind of appear like this, like it's over here. And I point to it, and you can see where I'm pointing.
Ah, I can't quite get. Oh, there we
No, there you go. You got it. Exactly. So I'm pointing to where it's at
go.
quietly. So, Persephone, how do you want to do this? Be very, very quiet. We're hunting bags of widgets.
Um. Hmm. What are my options? First I think I'd want to secure an advantage to be able to kind of get to where where she's pointing to is.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe instead of like scaling the wall,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go up and over some of the crates
Mm-hmm.
that are kind of on the other side of where the mushroom dogs are.
Yeah. Or you could even make like a distraction if you wanted to, get these things away from you, or have them go over to another spot.
I spray them with water and they run away.
Or spray them with water. That secures an advantage. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try it.
I said I got the bottle. We're using it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, does it have water or vinegar in it?
Yeah, this feels like a place where you really do need to check your check your gear, you know, to see if you
See if
have
I
the
have
thing.
a spray bottle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To see if you have a spray bottle just for this particular purpose, for spraying luminescent electric dogs, like you do. Everybody's got one of those to carry around, right? No, just me.
It's probably just a water gun. It's a pew pew water gun.
Me, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um. So what? Oh,
It feels like an improviser role.
it does it.
It really does. It really does.
I think it doesn't matter one way or the other because
Okay.
it's three either way.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Come on.
Nailed it.
You know what?
Okay.
It's not just a water gun. It's a super soaker.
It's a super soaker, but it's like a tiny one, a little hand pump. I'm already envisioning like. I dig it. I dig it. Why
Yeah.
you'd carry around a super soaker for you? I'm not gonna ask. I'm not. Hell is not even. No. You know what? I'm not even gonna check it. So not only do you have it, but you also take +1 momentum.
Yeah. I have no more momentum to take.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say I'm the regional champion of the water soaker wars.
I love it.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Okay, cool. So you definitely have it. And now, how do you want to secure your advantage? Are you going to just start spraying these dogs? I think you hit it so good. You could make this thing vinegar if you wanted it to be,
Yeah,
like
I
you
think
do.
I'm gonna spray the dogs and the whole nest,
Hmm.
and every little mushroom guy that was there just kind of and
Hmm.
runs off into the darkness.
Yeah, or at least that's the intent. You still have to roll for it to see if it actually happens
Yeah.
for security advantage. By the way, I'm envisioning that the reason why Persephone had vinegar in her super soaker is because we were cleaning, like on the road here, we were cleaning the ship,
Mm.
and vinegar is the cleaning agent we had. But what's a more fun way of spraying the stuff around than using your super soaker? Just
Seriously, it
spray
gets done
that,
much faster. And then you
spray
have to
that.
wipe it down.
Exactly, and you're good to go.
Absolutely.
Cool. So it sounds like you are going to be using your securing an advantage. And what are you using it? What are you using it with? Are you using precision? Are you using precision? You champion water sprayer you. Look, there were only two people that entered the contest, and
Yeah.
one was a blind lady, and the other one was a rock. So, but I won fair and square.
Yeah. Right. So I'm rolling secure an advantage.
Yeah, you're rolling secure advantage, but you get to choose how you're using it. So it says if you're using speed, agility, or precision, you'd use
Okay.
your edge. Hmm.
Just out of curiosity,
Hmm.
what would I have to use to get my wits?
Expertise, insight, or observation. I would almost say you.
Expertise,
I would
because
almost say expertise because we've already established you are a champion
I am the
expert
regional champion in
for super soakers.
wars.
Exactly. Not using a gun, but using super soakers. We've established you have
Yeah.
expertise here. Yeah, I'm willing to allow it. I think it's good.
Do I get any modifiers?
Um, Not for secure and advantage.
Yeah.
You don't need it. You don't need it. Okay,
Champion.
that's right. So, secure and advantage. So you either get to take +2 momentum, or you can make another move right now and add +1 to it, but it can't be a progress move. And I think we're about to make a progress move.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, I can't get any more momentum.
Mm-mm. No, I think you're.
You know what?
Hmm.
I'm gonna make a talisman against these
Ooh,
mushroom
that's a
creatures.
good idea. I
Yeah,
like that.
because now
I
that we've
like that.
encountered them, I kind of know what
Hmm.
we're gonna be up against.
Yep,
I'm gonna make a little pin as talisman.
I dig it. So you're gonna make the talisman move.
Yep.
Okay. What material are you using? I'm just curious. When Persephone makes these buttons, do you just use whatever's on hand, or do you use some piece that's connected to the thing you're trying to protect against?
You know, I draw its image,
Hmm.
and then I use that to make the button.
Okay. Yeah. And you probably like spray some vinegar on it too, because that definitely worked against them.
Yeah. So this one is kind of like, I don't know, watercolor looking. It's like
Nice.
dripping towards the bottom.
Hmm.
Pretty cool like that.
I like it. Okay.
So I roll plus wits,
Hmm.
but I get a +1 because
Hmm.
I got that strong
Yep.
hit.
Hmm.
So I get a 1 on my modifier.
Hmm. Ooh. I don't think I've ever seen so many strong hits in one game session. That's impressive.
I know it kind of makes me terrified of the next game that we're gonna play.
Yeah,
It's
of
going
what's
to
to
be,
come, we're screwed. We're super screwed. We're gonna get shocked. We're gonna get shocked a lot.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
what happens on a strong hit?
on a strong hit, when the wearer opposes the target through a move, they add +2.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Wow.
only if a 1 is rolled on the action die while making a move using
Mhm.
the charm is the magic spent.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's helpful. Okay. Not bad.
So that's
Okay.
this talisman.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty handy. And then
Yeah.
where do you put the button? Do you put it on your suit? Do you put it where do you put that? Where do you wear
I'm
your
probably
buttons?
going to give it to Hela
Hmm.
because she's much more into the like jumping out and doing things.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like she's the one who might need this talisman more.
Oh, I dig it. Okay. I almost feel like so this is probably a thing that this sounds like it's a thing that Persephone does often is make these talismans. Um, make these buttons. And I think what I do is and I'm probably used to you giving me these things. So what I do is I keep like a little small like a couple little things of like the little magnet like with the magnet strips with like the tape on the back of it. I
Yeah.
think I take one of those and I put it on the back of the button and I just put it on my helmet so that it's right there because I can't sew it to anything. I'm not gonna take time. I'm not good with that stuff. So I just kind of stick it on there. It's
No,
my button.
it's a button. It's not a patch.
Oh, I know, but that's where I'm putting it because I can't like sew it on anything.
No. You don't sew. Oh, it's not that kind of button.
Oh, is it a different button?
Yeah, no, it's like the like I voted button. It's like you pin to your shirt.
That okay. That's cool. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, in that case, I probably have like some webbing or something that's on this the suit that I have. So I stick it on that. That's perfect. Awesome. Sorry, I was envisioning like I need to sew this to something. That'd be.
You were thinking like, oh, it's a button-up shirt kind of a
Mhm.
button. No.
This makes more sense now. Now I'm on board. Cool. Okay. Well, you know what? You've managed to scare. I was about to say we've managed to scare off. Yeah, I think I've earned the we. We've managed to scare off these dogs, these mushroom devil dogs, and I think I'm at least Hella's ready to roll on acquiring these bag of widgets. How about you?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Boom. What you got? Oh yeah. Look at that.
Totally out widgets.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have to figure out how we how we personalize our vows that we're taking together because it's possible that one of us rolls well on it and the other one doesn't roll well on it, and then how we would do that.
Part of it could be in what we get back.
Oh yeah,
Have different, you know, goals
yeah.
as far as what we think would be useful.
That's true. Like you're doing it to like actually make connections with people, and I'm doing it for money.
Yeah.
I think we can do that, and then a combination of that plus when we take these jobs, we can call out something specific. So like when we're saying we're looking for the bag of widgets, I can say like, oh, I'm looking for this thing with the bag of widgets specifically, and you can be like, oh, and I'm also looking for this thing, and then I can make it more money based and material based, and you can make it more like interesting, like tech or whatever based. And
Yeah.
then when we roll, maybe we find the bag and it's like, oh, it's got my stuff in it, but it doesn't have your stuff in it. Oh, sad panda. Okay, cool. But in this case, we got the bag of widgets, no problem. So we complete it.
Tired.
So it's acquired. So we take the experience from it now, and then when we go back and deliver it to Parcel, then I will get money from it too. But we get the experience for it now.
Okay. Where
Yeah.
mark
On the
experience?
very top of your character sheet,
So we get 1 point.
1 point since it's troublesome.
Sweet. And
And
then
then
we
you can clear
clear
it.
that vow.
Yep, you can clear it, get rid of the thing, and I will keep mine and put wealth next to it. Get paid. Get paid. Bag of widgets. Parcel. Bag of widgets. Okay. So I cleared mine, I marked experience, but I did mark that I need to get paid still. Okay. So I don't get paid until we actually take this back to him.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And maybe in the future we shouldn't actually clear this until we're done. Actually, I think it makes sense that we roll for it when we figure it out, because then we know if it's the thing we need or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're in this room. It's 10 o'clock. Do you want to close out here, or do you want to try to go one or two closer? How you feeling?
1 or 2 cool sooner.
What's that? Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. So we're in this we're in the cramped quarters. I think we need to delve. I think we need to delve deeper. I think we find out what's going on. Before we delve, we need to. I think we need to have a plan. Like we know the direction we're going.
Yeah.
I think we need to find some way to get to like we have like the card and it tells us where we need to go, and we know that we're not where it's at, but we
Mm.
probably need to find some kind of a console that tells us like, oh yeah,
So like a
that's
map.
yeah, we need to find the you are here thing. So I feel like we need to keep delving until we do the thing until we find an opportunity. And then I think the opportunity is going to be, oh, it's that thing we need, or we find something like a control bridge or something like that that can give us
Yeah.
information. Okay.
Well, so I think we gotta head up because it's any of the like you are here things is gonna be for the guests. So we need to make it up into the guest area.
Okay. Well, we can hop. How about we just hop back in the elevator and then we just take it up as far as it goes, which it probably doesn't go super far because that'd be too easy. But
Probably like a service elevator.
yeah, it's a service elevator. But there's probably like a bunch of service elevators, and this is like a service elevator for the lower decks. So
Yeah.
this takes up higher. This takes us higher up on the service deck, on the lower deck area.
But it works.
That's right. Okay. So let's do this. So when the door opens, we're going to be at a place, but first let's delve there. So this feels like a U roll. This feels like a observation, intuition, and expertise kind of a thing.
So I'm rolling my wits.
You're rolling your wits.
My wits.
Your wits. Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Ooh. So a weak hit. I feel like a weak hit's better because it if we go strong hit, we find the opportunity right away, and I feel like we need to get some We need some squirreliness in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
keep your momentum. Okay.
Yes.
So on a weak hit, you're gonna roll a d100, and we're gonna see what you get. A 6. Mark progress and reveal a danger. I like that. Okay.
Woohoo.
So I'm gonna mark a progress. We are up to delve 4. We're already 4 along. We're doing well. Doing great. Okay. And let's see here. The danger. So first, let's find the location that we're coming out to. So go ahead and roll a d100, and we're going to find out the feature that we walk into, and then we'll roll the danger.
All right. Security
So,
armory.
okay, so this is a security armory room. And then let's find out what the danger is going to be. So go ahead and roll a d100. Check the theme card. So it's another inhabited
Nest.
nest. But this is an inhabited nest in an armory. So this is, yeah. I feel like new creature. This feels like a new creature time.
So, question:
Yeah.
does my talisman that I made for Hela cover all of the mushroom things, or just the toy poodle mushrooms?
I feel like the toy poodle. I feel like it's specific, especially because it gives a +2. Because then you could say, "Oh, I want to make a thing against humans that might hurt us." Like that seems super generic. I think you got to be specific. So I think the poodles is worth it because we still could run into the poodles again, but I think what we're finding here is a little bit different.
These are probably going to be more like German shepherds.
Yeah. So let's take a look here. So let me come back over to here. So this isn't. These are our
So,
mushroom.
do I need to roll a d65?
Um,
Get size?
probably, yeah, probably, yeah. So the first one we found out were the poodle. Are we calling them poodles?
Yeah, toy poodles.
So the poodles were, they were luminescent.
And the shocky electrical.
Can you see this as I'm writing it?
I can see mushroom.
Okay, now you can see it.
There's poodle, luminescent, electrical.
Okay, and then we're gonna find out what the next one is. So let's say it's a 46.
Mm-hmm.
Shoo-doo-doo. And this is gonna be person sized. So this is a person. This is a people person.
So maybe like one of the security officers
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
became the materials for this
Mm-hmm.
mushroom creature.
Yep. So let's find out a little bit about this. I almost feel like we want to do two characteristics, but let's find out. So go ahead and give me 2d100 and let's find out what our at least our character. We're not even to abilities yet. What's their characteristics?
How many D100?
Let's do two.
Okay.
A 9 and a 33. So they have fangs or rows of sharp teeth.
I like the rows of sharp teeth.
So they have rows of sharp teeth and spikes or spines. Jesus.
Spines.
Well, okay. Well, now we're starting to get to the fun territory. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so like rows of teeth. And then I'm envisioning like spines coming actually out of their spine.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Pointy, yeah, mushroom spikes, spines.
hmm They have spines.
Spines.
Okay. Jeez. So just bad. Okay. And then let's give them just one ability. I think. Yeah. I don't think they need more than one ability. So let's do another D100 to find out what their ability is.
100.
Oh, they control elements.
Oh, plural? Like
It says they
multiple?
can. It says they control elements. Now we can probably choose an element.
Yeah.
Can they like draw in? Because remember these mushrooms are all about heat. Do they like? Can they just like draw the heat out of things?
That sounds like something it might do. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like a vampire,
Yeah.
just sucking the life out of things. It's just sucking the heat.
How about that? Heat vampirism. Jesus, we're screwed. Okay. And I think we open the door, and I'm almost getting the sense of like they just kind of turn around and and we're just there in the
Punching down over something and then
yeah.
just like turning.
Yeah. What would they be hunching down over?